Good, good evening. I really appreciate you coming out and the concern that you really respond to this outrage, and you say you have some questions, and I'll be happy to try and answer them to the best of my ability.
Yes, my name is Zendaya, and the plight of this young man, as a member of the community, I really took to his story and would like to ask a few questions, because as a mother myself, it seemed rather unnatural for a father to try to get access or help raise his children, and he's denied that right. So I'm here today to ask a few questions, definitely to get to the bottom of this. So Mr. Davis, when did this start? When would you say your plight started with your children?
Well, in a nutshell, it really started on October the 24th, 2006.
Okay.
And when my ex-wife tore my shirt, and I called the police to ask the police to, tell her to stop disrespecting my mother. And when the police came, and she left that day, I never really knew my rights, and I tried to. Most father is not going to have the heart to really, hold on, deprive, the kids of their mother. So I never know my rights. I just sit back, and for months I couldn't see these children, and I go to the police station. I hire 3 different attorneys, spend over $10,000, and I could never see these children. At one point in time, I could only see them for a few hours, 2 hours in the week. They set up phony hearing, have hearing when I am not present and accused me of not being there, and I couldn't see them for months.
Okay. So you're saying this is basically through the system. You didn't know your rights when it happened, and 4 years and something later, you're still going through this. Nothing has been put in place by the system or by your ex-wife in which you could take part in the upbringing of your 2 girls.
Well, I must say, applaud the system in some respect. Mr. Honorable Judge Arthur Birkin, he did deny her taking these children 2.5 hours away, and I was able to see them for like every other weekend. I used to have access after the 11-month litigation. I did have every other weekend.
Okay, so that's 11 months after the first incident.
Yeah, 11 months after the first incident. And what happened, this really major incident here, what happened, I told her that I was concerned about their not talking, and I was reading paper about parental deprivation, and I was very happy in 2008 when she said she's going to have them evaluated. I don't know who, and when they did evaluate it over the summer of 2008, and then they have a follow-up evaluation. I tell her I would like to be there. She told me the evaluation was the 15th of October. And on the 11th of October is when I was working over the new park over Oakland. That was my weekend with the children, and I asked her if she can come and pick up these children. I couldn't finish the weekend, and she picked them up early in the morning. And on the 15th, she suggests to me that maybe I would distract the process and stuff like that. And she called and tell me that the children are developing very poorly, and they're going to go to this special needs school in Lauderhill. And I remind her about the article that I've read, that these children are suffering from parental deprivation. And I'm very alarmed that on Friday, even each time that week, every time I call, the baby was crying, and I asked her, why is the baby crying? And she told me that it's because they wanted drink before they eat, and I know that wasn't true. So I asked her, text her if I can pick up these children, and she picked them up from me because she was very amicable the first weekend before the evaluation to come and pick them up before 8. And I picked them up. She called me, and I dropped them off, and I was in Palm Beach, and I get this call from the police on my voicemail, and I returned the call, and that's where I started to learn about this lies and I talk to the police and I tell the police that I didn't have any argument with her, let alone to even hit her and have an altercation with her. And this is really where this is all transpired.
Okay, so you've basically been going through these struggles, and it's escalated in 2008, you would say.
Yes.
It escalated in 2008 where there was an incident and you were arrested, right?
There was no incident that I'm aware of. It's just she fabricated these.
Right, she made up.
I surrender myself with the officer because I was talking to him all over the weekend.
Right.
But I never really know the magnitude of the lie, to be honest. If I had known that I was facing life sentence, I mean, I would be.
But you were totally acquitted of those charges in 2009.
Yeah.
Right.
I went to trial twice and stuff. But I was saying from the initial stage that I was talking to the police and I spoke to an attorney and he said, hey, it's the law of the land. If someone willing to swear and put their hand up like this and make a probable cause, that you have to, go through the system.
And it took you 11 months or so out of your life to clear that up?
No, not 11 months. Almost 14 months.
Almost 14
months. October 22nd, 2008 to December 15, 2009. I went to trial twice and going through 3 different attorneys. And dealing with these attorneys it's a totally another story.
Alright, and their story is definitely one that the community should be aware of, because if it's happening to you, I'm sure it's happening to a lot of other men out there.
Well, definitely, because what happened is the system is benefit. It's a very conflicting thing. There need to be like a balance. In Broward County, one of the main resources of Broward County is tourism and the jail system. So now the recession that the jail system, tourism is down, we really operating off of incarceration. That's where we get a lot of money from the federal government, by just locking up people. So the lawyer aware of it, the state aware of it, and it's just, so people bounce around. I'm just lucky that when I was in jail, I wasn't building up my muscle, I was really building up my mind and trying to, and I get a revelation of a punch,
Right. So, another couple of questions I have before we wrap up. One which is what you hope to accomplish by putting your story out there. What do you hope to accomplish?
What happened, we're trying to let's keep the video under 10 minutes and we do another video if I may, please. Thank you very much.
Can I ask